Welcome back to the Valley, the old farm, and just finishing up the windrowing from last time. So I've done the big field and we're now getting the little field done, the little grass field. And then we're going to get it all put in the clamp and compacted today. So that's the plan anyway. Hopefully time will allow for that. And then I really do think it's going to be time to just push through into next year. So that'll be a bunch of off-camera work for me. Well, because we don't have that many animals, it's not going to be that much work because they don't eat much, which is kind of nice. So just do a quick check on them. So I have had a look already. I was just wondering, so up to 6,000 litres of milk. We're probably getting to the point where it's almost worth getting something to sell the milk, make a bit of cash back in. That would be kind of nice. Yes, I'm going to get this finished and I will be back. Okay, we have got the forage wagon hooked up. There we go. I didn't forget the words. Honest. Brake. Let's lower the pickup and turn it on. And yeah, we're just basically carrying from last time, except I've now windrowed it also. Hopefully it won't take too long to get this field cleared and then compacted. Compaction is going to be interesting because we don't have anything big, so might have to lease a leveler. I'm not sure. We will see. I had a look for something cheap to add to have up at the store for loading things and picked a couple of things out, but then forgot to actually install them. So we're going to just leave that up at the store for now. Yeah. We're probably going to use one of the small skid steers. I think they're really cheap and maybe just lease it. I also returned a bunch of stuff that I had on lease that we're not going to need until spring. So I figured, what's the point in keeping it? So I have returned all of that. It was the cedar and the rollers that we've probably been hanging on to pointlessly for a while. So, yeah. Those are now gone. And did a bit of a mess starting the windrowing for this because I ended up with kind of what's almost like a bit of a headland, but not really. So we'll just go around as we can and make sure we get the field cleared, and then in a month, I guess, this will be going into the BGA for money. We shouldn't need this silage for feeding the animals. We've got plenty of bales of silage. So yeah, time to start making some cash, I guess, which will be very nice. Lovely BGA just up there. So last time I asked about precision farming. I had some no's, I had some yeses, which really doesn't help me. And the logic for both was kind of sensible. So I'm probably going to cop out a bit and just put a poll up and go with the results of the poll. So kind of the arguments for either side were, you know, I always use precision farming, so why not leave it off to play a little bit differently? Yeah, perfectly valid. The other point was, you know, trying to experience different things on console, so maybe you should experience precision farming. Again, perfectly valid. So yeah, I'm kind of gonna kind of cop out on this one and let you guys decide with a poll. Yeah, we did. I was just thinking, so that grass does not mow, so we might plough that in at some point. That seems to be more and more common on that. So I caught a bit of one of BF's streams playing on Sax, I think, and he was going to make silage and found that the grass was, whilst mowable, did not produce a swath, and And I found something similar with the oaks, where not all of the grass that you might have produces a swath. So yeah, I just plowed it in and replanted. It's not a big deal. I think it's just that it's grass that looks nice. This is going to be a nightmare to compact like this, actually. Future me is going to regret that decision, I think. Let's stop unloading. There's only 2 litres there. We'll go fill up. And I think we're going to start putting stuff in from the other end now, because we really don't have the volume of crop to warrant filling it like that. I think that's meant when you've got loads and loads and loads of silage, and we don't have. We've got a reasonable amount of here, but not ridiculous. Oh, just had a I don't know what it is about our local Amazon drivers, but I had ordered some bits off of Amazon. I wanted to put some solar lights in the garden for when the dogs are out there at night, or in the morning, or almost at any point of the day, it seems, at the moment, because there's not a lot of sunlight about here. So yeah, got some solar powered lights. Hopefully they'll charge up during the day, because there's not a lot of sunlight about. We've got some in other spots in the garden, and they're actually really quite useful. So yeah. But Amazon had said that it was going to be delivered between 12 and 1, and then I had the little Amazon icon pop up on my phone, and it was like, yep, delivery between 12 and 1. Your delivery is 1 stop away. And it wasn't, like halfway across the country and they were racing down the motorway, and it's just turned up at like 9 in the morning. So kind of cool, because it means I don't have to wait around for it. I've got a bunch of stuff to do later today, but yeah, I wish they could sort that out. I think it was a week or so ago when I was recording with Cartech, when I had an Amazon delivery arrive. We were supposed to be like 8 stops away or something, but they were outside the house. So yeah, I guess they're just not updating the tracking app is either not updating properly, or the delivery person is not updating it. So I don't know. But I have my my solar powered lights for the garden. Yeah, it's not to make the garden look nicer. It's purely to make it easier to see where the dogs go at night, because they do, all bar one are dark colours, and so when it's dark, it's kind of hard to keep track of them sometimes. Yeah. Teenager went back to uni yesterday, which was, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird going back to just 2 of us in the house. Not that it's been that long. And yeah, Mrs. D is kind of worn out at the moment again with her chronic fatigue stuff. So she went to bed pretty early last night, and yeah, it's Friday when I'm doing this. It's almost the weekend. Cannot wait. It's been a heck of a week. It's been a heck of a week. So, but I'm just thinking, first day's back in the office after Christmas this week, and did 2 days without an overnight. So 2 sets of commuting, which was pretty exhausting, with a pretty stressful day in the middle. So yeah, definitely in need of a weekend. Another bunch of stuff to do. So oh well. It will be okay. It will be okay. I suspect when this comes out this week, it should come out on Monday. It's also going to be, I think maybe Monday. I'm not sure. Maybe Tuesday actually. No, Saturday. Jeez, this is coming out Saturday. Next week, in that case, is also going to be pretty tiring, because I've got work for a couple of days, and a couple of very busy days, and then lap one. So, which I think is going to be pretty darn exhausting, if I'm honest. So, yeah. The nice thing is I've got the Friday booked off as well, so I will be able to kind of chill out on the Friday. That's my plan anyway. So, I'm revising my video schedule a bit at the moment. So kind of talked about it in video that did for the patrons this week, and I think I'm going to make changes. So what you will see in the next week might be a bit weirder because of being away with Llama and stuff, but in general, what you will start to see for a little while, it might change again, is I'll start with Timberborn because that's easier. So I have been doing 3 to 4 hour long Timberborn videos a week. That's going to go down to about 30-minute videos, although the first 2 that I've done haven't been 30 minutes, they're more like 40. But there's going to be probably 5 of them, I think, 4 or 5. So slightly less overall, but slightly more videos, if that makes sense. So that is and that might change. That might change, who knows. Means I can keep bringing out the regular videos because I enjoy playing that game so much, and they do, it's proved quite popular. So kind of that's the plan for that. And then on the farm sim side, the plan is at the moment that I will do a video on Glenarvan, a video on Saxthorpe, a video on here, a multiplayer video with Cartech. So that's 4. I will then get stuck. Oh, where's super strength when you need it? Yeah. Let's detach and see if that will allow us to get off the lump and grab the forage wagon from the side. Yeah, so that's 4 videos a week. The plan then is to do probably 1 or 2 tutorial type videos a week. So that might not sound like less, but it feels like it to me. So in the past, I've been doing 8 farm sim videos a week. So 7 for the main channel plus the 1 for the patrons. And then the 3 or 4 long Timberborn videos. And it should go down to 6 or 7 farm sim videos a week. So basically 1 or 2 less farm sim videos a week, and then probably an hour less of Timberborn. And yeah, I'm going to try that, see how it goes, see if it feels any different. And because it feels a lot at the moment like I am scrambling to produce videos. And even now, I'm making this video on Friday. It's got to be done for tomorrow. So yeah, but I'm hoping that will help. It's basically making a couple less videos a week, but making, let's say it was 8, making 12 videos a week is too much. So we're going to go down to 10 or 11, but some of them are going to be significantly shorter, which means the Timberborn videos, rather than recording 1 video, I can record 2. So yeah, it actually does end up being a slightly shorter time commitment for me. So, which at the moment is kind of important because there are not enough hours in the day. That will probably change again in the future, but for now, that's the plan. Would help if you switched the forage wagon on, wouldn't it? Let's do that. Let's try that, shall we? See if that helps, yeah? Let's see if that helps with picking grass up. There we go. So, I was speaking last week about the cheap PC video. I've not made much progress with that, to be honest. Did a little bit at the weekend last week of playing Farm Sim. You know, it's graft. It's graft. And yeah, it actually works surprisingly well. So, but I did want to try and get that finished this week, but I don't think I'm going to. So I might finish doing the playing this weekend, depending on how Mrs. D is feeling. If she ends up sleeping a lot, then I'll probably get some done, because I can come upstairs and play video games while she's asleep. If she's less exhausted, then I'll spend time with her. So, you know, that's kind of how it works. The other thing I probably should do an update on is the community multiplayer. So that's going to be on Fairhead. I have started setting it up. I did a bit last week, but I haven't had time this week to do any more. So, and my goal is to get that up after that. So if you're interested in that and you're not already, head over to my Discord and start conversing, because the ways to get access to it will be either being a channel supporter, so that's either patron, YouTube channel member, or there are a few others who have supported the channel through different means that are in that group, or through being active on the Discord and having a level. I've not decided what that level is going to be yet, but it's not going to be ridiculously high, but I do want it to be a community thing. So you know, it's not something where you have to be a paid up member to take part, but you do have to be part of the community. So yeah, if you're interested in that and you're not on the Discord already, just go over there, start chatting, you know, say hello, get involved in the conversations when they happen, that kind of thing. And yeah, again, it might be something that I get some more done this weekend, but I'm probably not going to actually try and put the server up until after that. So have reasons for that. Yeah, and the patrons multiplayer is active at the moment, so that's on Glenlarvan. So that's my Farming the Decade save, which at the moment is on Glenlarvan. So you know, if you want to get involved in that, you can. That is not a 24/7 multiplayer. That works around when I'm doing things and when things are available to be done. So, which is mostly contract work. So, obviously, if you've watched that series, been working through the winter where there were no contracts, but just hit April will in the next video, and there are therefore a ton of contracts. I am going to leave that tiny bit in the field. That is not worth another trip. So yeah, that's kind of thoughts on multiplayer stuff. In both cases on those, I am not often part of the multiplayer stuff. So if you're thinking that, you know, it's going to be a big chance to hang out with me on Farm Sim, probably not. You know, most of my Farm Sim playing, certainly at the moment, is to make videos, and I don't often make videos of the multiplayer stuff. Occasionally bits of the Patreon one have made it in, but yeah, so it's just kind of a chance to hang out with some people and play Farm Sim. I might be on there occasionally, I might not. And so the Fairhead one I'm intending will be up all of the time, bar, you know, the kind of odd issue that you have with those kind of things. But yeah, got some nice mods set up for that. Unsurprisingly, probably there's some older stuff on there. Nice little cow farm set up. Might set a couple of farms up, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see if we can put this in without getting stuck. So I think my issue was I was a bit dumb, and I tried to do things wrong first time. I know. Oh, 100. Nice, 160,000. It's going to be nearly 180,000. No, more than 180,000 litres of silage. Very nice. That's going to make us a nice payday once we get that into the BGA. I'm going to actually cheat a little bit on the old compaction and use the loaded forage wagon, which is one of the little cheaty things that I like. It's not really cheaty. It's one of the things I like to do compaction, because this is all quite heavy, obviously, and there's a lot of wheels. So it's almost like having two tractors driving over the silage clamp. So yeah, that's why I quite like using it. It's a bit of a faff, obviously, reversing up and over a but does a nice job of compaction. So what I really preferred to do, and it didn't really work with how I was doing this, is compact as we go. So, you know, as you tip a trailer load in, you do a little bit of work driving over it with the next loaded trailer, and you get compacted silage. Yeah, always this kind of brings back, I keep talking about that saying, Sandy Bay. And you know, I used to do lots of silage on there because we had a lot of cows and we had a lot of grassland. So that results in making a lot of silage. So yeah, that was. I did a mixture on there of baled and pit silage, depending on what we were doing. I think it was my first time in anger of using Maize Plus, which obviously can't use on console. So I think maize silage generally went in the clamp, and grass silage was baled. Kind of like to do a lot on most of my Maize Plus based saves now. I'm wondering if I think I'm going to avoid this little lump that's in the clamp, get the rest of this tipped in, and then lease something to compact it. And, we could do the old two birds with one stone. And I could take the brewer up to the store, and that would allow us to pick up the rest of the silage additive. Because I think if I detach that, I probably need to detach the weight as well. We'll leave that there for now. I think I have books in the yard. I think a couple of pallets of melons there. If I get sold, maybe next time we'll do a little bit of selling. Yep, there we go. Right. Grab those. Lift that up. And head off to the store. So, no. Can't remember. Okay, it's how we increase cruise control, because this tractor's pretty quick, which is why I was thinking it would be a good way to go pick up the compactor or the silage clamp. Trees are looking good. Trees are looking good. I will see you at the store. Just rolling through the village up to the dealership. I have not thought yet about which compactor we're going to get. Might need to actually the silage additive wasn't that heavy. It was just heavy enough that I couldn't pick it up. Grab that first. I might need the weight of whatever we get. We'll see. We will see. So I think it's just that these front loader is quite heavy on this tractor because it's not the biggest tractor in the world. ultimately we really didn't need to bring the little John Deere down here doing this, but hey, the theory was good, just the execution that failed. There we go. There we go. Lovely job. Right. Okay, let's head into the store. And I'm only going to lease this because it's not going to take that long to actually do. We're just going to get a compactor. I'm not going to worry about leveling. I was kind of tempted to get one of these, but I'm not sure about the horsepower. So I think we're just going to get a kind of bog standard jobby. Only £400 to lease. So, wow. Basically dropped it on the John Deere Gator. And when we get back to the farm, I will swap this over to the Fiat. I think we're a little bit light on the front end. Made it back without any real significant incidents that were worth you seeing. If you don't see it, it didn't happen, right? Don't worry, really. Steering's a little bit light on the front end because there's a lot of weight on the back end. So drop it off of here and switch over. Let's be good. Let's switch our tractor off. We'll detach that. I guess I need to return that as well, because that's also leased. Let's grab the compactor. There we go. Right. Into the silage. Well, future silage. And yeah, I know it looks kind of weird. I really wanted to try out that drop from the back, but we really didn't need to. It would have been much more sensible to just do it more normally. You gotta try these things out sometimes, haven't you? That's compact. And this levels as well, you guys know that, so yeah. Wow. Okay, maybe it would have been better with the fully loaded forage wagon doing more. We're going up a reasonable amount, actually. We're going up a reasonable amount. So hopefully this won't take too long. I am really impressed with, I'm going to say nearly 200,000 litres of silage, future silage, chaff. It's really weird seeing it as chaff, actually, because since Base Plus came out, this is the first time I've played, no, it's the first time I've done silage without it. It's not the first time I've played without it, because I have played a little bit, you know, the American series and stuff, but yeah. First time making silage, I think, without Maize Plus installed, since Maize Plus came out. Yeah. Let's say this is going to be a nice payday. It's going to be a bit of a pain to load up. I'll probably use some belts, I think, to load it up. I don't fancy doing hundreds of bucket loads into a trailer. Just lease some belts. Do it. That will be much better, much quicker. The mini BGA won't hold all of this in one go. You know, it's mini, but it is very fast, so we should still be able to process it incredibly quickly. So, I found that quite weird, actually. When I released it, some people were complaining. I'm not complaining, saying, I guess, that it doesn't hold very much. It's like, oh yeah, it's small. Compared to the base game ones, it really doesn't, I don't think. But, you know, the idea is that you can put some in and it will be processed within, you know, I think if you, I don't remember how quickly it fills a full, processes a full load actually, but yeah. So, you know, it's its speed that's the thing. So very rarely are you waiting for it to process unless you're putting huge amounts of stuff through. And I remember waiting on the £10 million debt challenge to process slurry and manure because we had so many cows that were producing manure and slurry. But in general, generally, generally, yeah, we know words. It will churn through stuff very quickly. So, kind of the point of it. It's not, as I say, it looks like we have manure there, but no, that's feed. That's why the cows are eating it. We are pretty much done. It's actually compacted nice and quickly. So, and thankfully the game is letting me just excessively compact the flat bit and ignore that big pile at the back. Do you love video game mechanics? There we go. Cool, so we can lift that up because we'll be able to drive out a little bit quicker. And there we go, our first silage made in a clamp. And boy, did I do a brilliant job. Let's get that covered up. Oh, it's got green tarp. I like that. So yeah, let that ferment and then we will get it all sold. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you to the patrons and niche channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And any comments, questions or suggestions, stick them below.